When I approach this, and when my salesmen have approached a client, soliciting SailPoint and talking about the strengths and weaknesses, invariably the same response comes back. It's something that we know they need, but they're intimidated. They're intimidated by it. They have this kind of false narrative of complexity when it comes down to it. Now, I'm not saying that governance and compliance is a simple component. There is some complexity, obviously, to it. But SailPoint makes sense because it addresses those issues. I guess that's the big thing that I'm hoping to get out of this discussion is, when your average person looks and watches this video, their number one point is, why would I move towards a compliance and governance solution?
And you mentioned the average person, and it doesn't necessarily make sense for all organizations or for all people. However, for those organizations that are highly complex or highly regulated, it makes a lot of sense. And let's break down the challenge that the typical security teams and IT teams are facing every day. 15, 20 years ago, when we all worked in an office and we all had a badge and we, physical security, we were all issued a computer from our organizations. We came in and we sat behind the firewall. Security and IT could control that. But guess what? With digital transformation, with work from home, with BYOD, with all of the slew of devices, with cloud, and then multiplying those efforts with COVID, now the typical IT guy and the typical security guy have to manage those identities everywhere. We're not behind the firewall. So the complexity, it is extremely complex. The more employees you have, the more tools you have, the more applications you have, the more data you have,
the less you can control their behavior, let's be honest. I mean, my clients are constantly suffering the simple fact that security is no longer contained within a premise argument.
Exactly, and that's what SailPoint does, right? We are changing the paradigm of security is behind your firewall to identity being the new firewall.